The room fell silent as the cameras flashed relentlessly, capturing every tense moment in high definition.
Gavin Newsom, California's governor, leaned into the podium with a pointed glare, his words cutting through the hum of the press. "Frankly, what Kennedy is proposing is reckless," he said, his tone dripping with disapproval. "It's dangerous, uninformed, and shows a lack of understanding of the realities facing our country." The words landed like a hammer on Kennedy. He felt the sting not just as a politician, but as a man whose life had been dedicated to service and empathy.
For a moment, he considered retreating, letting the criticism fade into the background noise of partisan politics.
But something inside him refused to shrink. Kennedy inhaled deeply, his eyes scanning the crowded room, the reporters, the cameras, and the millions watching live across the country. He knew this moment demanded more than a prepared statement, it demanded authenticity. "Governor Newsom," Kennedy began, his voice calm but resolute, "I respect your position, but I believe true leadership is measured not by the ease of approval, but by the courage to stand for what's right even when it's difficult, even when it's unpopular." The room shifted. There was a pause, a pregnant silence that seemed to stretch for eternity. Then Kennedy continued, weaving his story from his own life, a story of failure, redemption, and the unwavering belief that every person deserves a chance to be heard. He spoke of his first campaign, of nights spent knocking on doors in neighborhoods most people avoided, of listening to stories of struggle, hope, and resilience. He spoke of his father, who had taught him that power was a responsibility, not a privilege. And he spoke of the people he represented, reminding everyone in that room and everyone watching at home that politics should be about service, not ego. The response was immediate. Reporters furiously typed, social media lit up, and clips of Kennedy's speech spread like wildfire. Overnight, hashtags praising his response trended across every platform, hashtag Kennedy responds, hashtag leadership with heart, hashtag courage over criticism. People were moved not just by his words, but by the sincerity that radiated from every syllable.
For once, it wasn't a political debate, it was a human moment.
But the story didn't stop at viral acclaim.
Kennedy faced backlash too. Critics called him naive, said he was idealistic to a fault. Yet, even in the face of harsh opposition, he remained steady, focused on the people who believed in his vision. He spent the following weeks traveling the country, holding town halls, and listening more than he spoke. In every city, in every small gathering, he shared his belief that real change begins with empathy, courage, and the willingness to confront criticism without losing integrity. One particularly moving encounter occurred in a small town ravaged by economic hardship. A single mother approached him with tears in her eyes.